Hello, everyone. Welcome to Developing Palates. I am Aaron Loomis coming to you from the Drew Estate Studio. With me today is Jiunn, Lou, Seth, Geis, and from the Villager Cigar Studios, John McTavish. How you guys doing?
We're Freudy.
Good. Trying out the new setup. I feel like everything, the whole process that I've got under my belt for like the last 4 years is just right out the window. So I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. There's monitors everywhere. There's things everywhere. I don't know what's going on,
A good problem to have, John.
I guess.
By the way, the cigar we're
First world
about to talk
problems.
about, I love when a company does a cross section of the cigar. That to me adds legitimacy to the blend and the overall cigar review. I'm just saying.
I don't know what
A cross section? What do you mean?
Yeah,
We'll get into it
explain
as
that for
let's
audience and
announce
for
the
me.
cigar, and then we can get into it and talk
Oh,
about
okay.
it.
Very good.
All right.
This is exciting.
So today we are talking about the Freud SuperEgo Lonsdale. Cigar is 6.5 inch by 42. Comes out of the Tabacalera William Ventura factory in the Dominican Republic. Wrappers Ecuadorian Corojo by under Sumatra. Filler is Dominican Republic and Nicaragua. It is blended by Weber Ventura. Price point is $17. Cigar was released in July of 2022. And we picked these cigars up from Blue Smoke of Dallas. So if you are in the Dallas area, be sure to stop in for a cigar. And if you're nice enough to Jay, he might even ship them to you if you call him up and ask for something.
You
All right.
got to mention developing palettes though, otherwise he's not going to ship.
That might
I just made that
ship.
up. That's total bullshit. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
It's good here.
Mention DP0 for a 0% discount, and you'd be all set. All right, Jiunn, take us through your overall experience with this cigar.
I thought it was nothing special. Pretty average. I got a couple of things that made it seem average. For the most part throughout the whole cigar, I got this like staleness and cedar. There's a little bit of this like a sharpness and like a red pepper spice I didn't really quite enjoy. But it did have this like meatiness to it, and that's always welcome in my array of flavor wheel. It's just kind of boring, kind of linear, nothing all that special.
I think
Seth.
that's your subconscious. That's
God.
really listen, I like myself, I found the cigar to be average. It was sweet pepper, cedar, leather hay, bits of tobacco, medium in strength. It delivered this profile. I mean, I'll get into we'll analyze this thing later on. But it was pretty consistent from the beginning to end, medium strength of body, really good construction. I was really happy with my burn and draw on it. So yeah, John.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, we're talking about dead leaves rolled up in the shape of a dick. So like, what are we talking about here? No, I'm just kidding. So I think I might be on a branch by myself here because I actually thought this was really good. And I actually thought it was really good all the way through. I think it's really mild. I think it's one of the milder cigars we've smoked this year, but there's a lot of complexity there. I think the problem is you have to reach for it. So like the first third, I got chocolate, wood, baking spices, nuttiness, leather, graham cracker. Like it was really good, but all of those flavors were very much at the light plus spectrum. Second third was like dry wood, more graham cracker, some bread came through, some baking spices. The baking spices did kind of get to medium minus intensity, so there's a little bit of a step up with the second third, and then last third, kind of similar to the first and second third. So baking spices, graham cracker, a little bit of bread, dry wood. I thought it was great, or good, I guess. It's not great, it's good. Burn was perfect all the way through, which is becoming more of an oddity these days. So that was pleasant. Interestingly enough, I had a bit of a snug draw, and according to our scale, it just gets a good rating. The curious thing on a personal level, I actually prefer a snug draw on a smaller ring gauge because I think it smokes better, but that's not how we score. So overall, good. What about you, Aaron?
Yeah, for me, the cigar started with toasted cedar, earth, and mild black pepper. Light creaminess joined a little bit later, and then the final third saw the creaminess depart and the wood bitterness join that later transition to kind of like a vegetable bitterness. I thought the cigar had an average flavor profile throughout, kind of focused around toasted cedar, dry earth, and black pepper. That bitterness in the final third wasn't much of a detractor. But the cigar did go out on me 3 times without like any kind of warning, just went out. So that was a little bit surprising. Maybe that had an impact on flavor, but I doubt it. It really didn't start off on a high note or anything like that. But first cigar smoked from this brand. Nothing all that exciting. But I am looking forward to the release they do with Eladio. So that'll be interesting to see. All right, let's get into the scores. As John mentioned, we'll start at the top with him at 6.87. Jiunn was next at 5.75. Seth gave it a 5.5. I gave it a 5.3. So, John, how'd that 6.87 match up for you?
Well, either I'm a super taster or got a super ego. It matches up well. I mean, it's one of the few cigars this year that was good all the way through. So, like, the score matches up well, but I feel like I'm having to defend myself here. So, yeah.
All right, Jiunn, 5.75.
But Weber. I don't even know who Weber. Anyways, stupid joke. Okay.
I didn't even know where you were going with that, and I'm on drugs, man.
The blender. Weber. Believer. Anyways,
I don't know.
I thought that. I mean, it was just average. I like I feel like they put in a lot of care into the band's presentation. I dug the band and that look. It looked really like I don't know.
Elegant?
You dug
Elegant?
the band?
Sophisticated?
Yeah. I thought it was really cool. I'm a sucker for like
I thought the band was a conflict in every area. It was like elegant, and at the same time, it had that bundle look with Freud on it. I'm gonna get into this, man. No, it's
interesting. Can you flash? Wait, let me look at this thing again.
Really look
at it again. Really look at it again.
Yeah, let me look.
Look at when you see that guy. When you see a guy like that on a band.
Oh, you mean that foot band?
No, don't look at the foot band. Quickly look over the cigar when you see a guy on a band like that smoking. Old white dude smoking on a band. You automatically think of a cheap bundled cigar.
No, I thought it was Colonel Sanders.
Okay, but if you ever saw Colonel Sanders on a cigar band, would you assume that's a cheap smoke?
Bravado exclusive.
Okay.
Well,
now you're just okay, but you're they glamorized it, man. They took something which was like, oh man, it's like, you could find 10 years ago, you would find this type of cigar band that's less glossy, less quality band on a CI brand, and you would, and it'd be like $3.
Man, I don't really think my headspace was completely somewhere different. I just thought, man, that's a cool looking guy, cool looking white old guy.
That's because that's just because the
like,
system is teaching you to be. No, it's
and I was
because
like, no.
It's because you're afraid. It's because you're afraid to challenge the old white guy. Because as an Asian American, you're like, you know what? I can't make these people feel scared. So I have to say he looks like a good guy.
Agreed. No, you're right, man. Fuck it. Lucy Liu should be on a band.
Lucy Liu should be on a band. I could get behind that, like a sillet of Lucy
Liu should be the next president.
$14.99. I'd buy that cigar.
All right, Seth, you're 5.5.
I think John hit something really critical on this because he was talking about it had soft, complex flavors, but you have to reach for it.
You do have to reach for it.
Yeah.
This is not on John. We failed. Aaron, you failed. Jiunn, you failed. I failed. We did not reach for it.
Yeah.
We did not reach for it, and that's why we are where we are.
T-Rex arms.
But dude, this is $17 though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not bad anymore.
That's
for
like slightly above the
for brands
average higher price these days.
For brands.
I don't
like it, but
I think I know I would enjoy this blend in a larger format, but I still don't think it's.
You're a size queen, is what you're saying?
I just don't think the wrapper. I don't think the wrapper and binder are strong enough to carry it in a Lonsdale. I just think that's what it is. I just think that it's. I think the flavors you get will be delivered in a much better offering. And like, do they have a Robusto?
Yeah, they have a few different sizes.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this, Seth, because you are El Paladar. Do you believe that they would have to reblend it though because if the wrapper I don't think was really that intense. So like, do you think you'd have to reblend this to put it in a larger size, or would it? Because I feel like it'd be even softer.
I think you'd have to add a little to the filler. I think you'd have to. I think if you made it a little bit larger, you could, what's the blend on this?
Ecuador
We're-
Corojo, Sumatra
Gosh, here you
binder,
go.
and then
Listen how
DR.
ballsy I
That's
am.
a, that's a
I
lot of,
think you could
that's a
add
lot
more
of
I
tobaccos.
think you could add more Nicaraguan tobacco to it. I don't see Ecuadorian Corojo is not as strong as people think it is.
Not at all. Honduran
Um,
Corojo is way more intense.
yeah, even
Yeah.
Nicaraguan Corojo. I think Ecuadorian Corojo, it sounds sexy because it's Ecuador and it's not as common, but I just think that
It
the
sounds more like
wrapper-
developing country.
I think it's a prettier wrapper because
5.5
of the
developing country.
conditions, but I don't have the flavors.
No, I hear what you're saying.
I
I
have
see what Jiunn said, too.
my 5.3 matches up well. I mean, it was average flavor throughout, but I had some burn issues with those three relights. Kind of.
Yeah, on a cigar
Took it
that
down.
small, I feel like 3 relights, like if you were a normal cigar smoker, probably after 2 relights, you'd probably pitch it.
On a Lonsdale,
but
yeah,
$17 I'm
you
not
get
pitching.
irritated.
No.
Yeah, I guess on $17, you're there
Well,
at the bitter end. Yeah.
True.
But it's
That's
reviews, so I'm not
unfortunate.
pitching it anyway. So
Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts here, Seth.
Listen, as I said on the website, anytime that you give me a cross section of the cigar, when they're like, "What's in the?" When they're like, "Let's look in the cigar." Do you know what
Oh,
I'm
did they
talking
actually
about?
have like a pop out? Like a
No, it's not a little pop
Like a-
out, but
like a
it's like a
3D?
little 3D cross section, like
That's
those old
cool.
books. I'm
That's
always
cool.
like, I love it. It doesn't even matter how legit it is. It's
Yeah.
just it's everyone's same photo crowd. They just put different bands on it, but I'm like, God, it's so legit.
Yeah.
But I do think that this is like a cheap style band that they just put on like a higher quality paper with a nice glossier finish. The price is just really high on these things.
I mean, you got to
Yeah.
pay extra to get the Vitola on the footband, right? So
They should have embossed that and made made the footband shiny too. Unsure why they didn't do that, but hey.
I mean,
I don't know. Why would we talk about bands? You know what I mean?
6x52 Toro, 5x54 Robusto Extra, 6.5x42 Lonsdale, which they're like, that's just like throwing it out there
6.5 by
just to
42,
try.
yeah.
And then a 6x60. They didn't even, they just threw out they just threw out the Lonsdale just to hook us. That's why
Yeah.
they did it.
Yeah.
Can we talk Coop into reviewing the 6x60 so we don't have to, and he can tell us how amazing it is? Because
Coop will. Coop will smoke the Magnum and tell you that's the best
There you go.
size in the line. He will. And the sad thing is, Ben will then smoke it, and he's right. And then Aaron will be like, "Don't listen to him, Seth." And I'll be like, and I'll buy it, and I'll be like, "Damn it, Aaron, you were right. I shouldn't have listened to him."
anything else? We're gonna wrap this up.
Yeah,
We wrapped it up.
I think we beat that
Yeah.
Freud
All right.
horse to death.
You can
Trying to
make
save
sure
John from giving it 6.87.
God, man.
He pulled us out.
What?
wherever you're watching this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Check out the full written review on the website, developingpalates.com. Follow us on all the social media channels, and you can catch all of our review recaps on podcasts, iTunes, Google Play, and Podbean. Thank you for tuning in. We will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, it's just super ego.